The year is 1871, and Burgundy is ready to commit to a colonial war against the Japanese Empire for control of the rest of India. Last episode we took all of Mughal Empire and has now taken most, if almost all, of India itself. We are lacking Sindh and we're lacking Baroda as the main two ones, and then in the smaller department we have Jaisalmer and I guess Nepal and Bhutan as well. So those are the ones that we have taken and the ones that we have left them. So we've taken Jaipur and pretty much everyone. I don't need to list them. You probably know who they are anyway. And the Japanese Empire is the main challenger when it comes to Southeast Asian influence. They have taken, we can take a look at the sphere of influence map and see that they have taken Taunguk, they have taken Dainam and Phonburi. Those are the main ones. And of course Sindh. And holy shit, they do have quite a bit of Asian influence. They are the sole Asian great power though. Not to be entirely... It's not entirely unexpected, but it's still quite annoying from our perspective. And apparently the Belgian Confederacy has interest in Afghanistan. Typical Americans being so interested in Afghanistan, huh? We probably need to wrest control of Afghanistan as well. And maybe Tehran. Who knows, we can maybe make, since we have Armenia, maybe we can make a belt of influence all the way to Burgundy. All the way. It would require an immense amount of work and many, many wars, but could be a possibility. Who knows? Who knows what will happen? But before we can go to war against the Japanese Empire, first of all we need to strengthen our navy, and we also need to lower our infamy in order to be able to claim more territory. If, for example, we take a look here, if we want to... The main thing we will want to do is take from sphere of influence. That takes 4 infamy. The first one we could probably cut down by about 50% or so. Wouldn't be too bad, but the rest will be a bit harder. We have an election going on at the moment, and I think that we will go for this peace. That we are not... I don't know why we became the leader. I suppose since we're the strongest nation on Earth, that we assume leadership of any war that we decide to entangle ourselves in. Unless it's maybe Scandinavia or someone who is of relatively big size. Speaking of Scandinavia, they are also a nation that we will need to target with a war soon. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. We have German pan-nationalists running around in the Danubian Confederation. Maybe we could see a unified Germany and not just this abomination that is the Danubian Confederation. Or should we say, the Danubian abomination. Vijayanagar, for some reason we lost an alliance with them and they are offering us a new one. And I will heartily accept. Did we lose it with Bengal too? We did. Why? Now they won't accept anymore. Is it because of our infamy being a bit too high? Or is it because of something else? I'm not certain. It happens sometimes when you lose all of that. Alright, we got a bunch of different decisions to make. First of all is the integration of the Rhineland. The Rhine River has been the official border of the Kingdom of Burgundy since the conquest of Charles the Bold of 1483, even if it would take time to integrate the various duchies and cities in the Burgundian state. So we will add them to our land. There we go. Now we have the Mycenaean excavations. The secrets of ancient Greece awaits. We will do so. Wonderful. And was it something else? I guess we can click on it again. No, we can't. And we have the means of production. The means of production. There we go. We can... Dreams of Empire will be removed. Oh, it's that chain. Okay. It will give us more prestige and increase pop militancy and pop consciousness. We'll go for that. Now we have done those 3. Tech is now done with Revolution Counter-Revolution, hence why we could do all of that. We could go for analytic philosophy to increase our, well, I suppose, our research points gathering, which could be handy, definitely. I'm not going to dispute that at all. It does take quite a bit of time though, just like pretty much everything right now. We could also go for main armament or increase our army tech. But yeah, more analytic philosophy for the people, or at least for us. The Japanese Empire, which will be the one we will attack next, is not the strongest. Not the strongest in the world at all. They do have a lot of brigades and they do have a lot of ships, to be fair, but their tech is not the greatest ever. Sometimes that doesn't mean anything though, and perhaps this could be one of those opportunities where it does not matter. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. We do need some more transport ships in Asia itself. We are starting to become fairly decent with our monitors, but we do need some steam transports in Asia. Let's make 40 of them just to be safe. That's a bit too many, honestly. And maybe make a bit more. So some of these steam transports will be going bye-bye. That should be done. That should be good enough. Also boosts Way of the Workshop of the World again. Some of our the Tahiti, Lesser Antilles, East Ivory Coast, Burgundian Palatinate, that's a bit surprising, and Wallonia. Let's just open them again and give them another chance. The Conservatives won once again. It seems like Conservatives are always going to be the ones winning. And we could do a national census to determine how many people we have in the nation in total, and not just... I would assume that this then would be some sort of guesstimate. Like how like how people do these sort of estimations on what the population of, say, England will be in 2020. Based on, I suppose, trends that happen or things like that. For most of these we are doing pretty well. We just need to find more steamer convoys. It shouldn't be too hard. How many steamer convoys are we making ourselves? Now that's an interesting question. So I'm gonna take a look at it. If I can find where the hell the steamer convoys end up being in. These are consumer goods. And they're not here in military goods. Here we have tropical wood and the raw material goods, can't be that. Here we have clipper convoys. We're not producing any steamer convoys, in fact. We are importing all of our steamer convoys. Do we produce the most of anything? We have decent small arms production. We are supplying ourselves decently with all of these materials. Canned food and gunpowder. Dyes, oh, we are fairly decent at dye. And cotton we have a sizable portion of. Silk we don't really have much at all of. We're controlling a third of all the coal in the world. Now that's an interesting statistic. I didn't know we had that much coal, if I'm going to be completely honest. Tropical wood we have some smatterings of, and precious metal we're producing quite a bit of as well. I wonder... that is not bad at all. Metz has 184. Holy shit. Metz, where is Metz again? Metz. No, the other Metz. God damn it. God damn it, America. Stop naming things after things that already exist, will you? The other Metz. It's right here. Riots around... There it is. In Lorraine. It's one of the most profitable provinces we have. And as such, the population is quite high. Though, surprisingly not too high. Not too high. Alright. Maybe a few more... Oh, Bengal wants to be friends again. Good. I'm a fan of friends. So we will have some more men in some Malayalam in Calcutta. That's fine. 5 of them. And some mobile artillery. Avadi. That's fine. And light cavalry. There we go. That should make a decent enough 7th army, I believe? 7th army. 7th army, I believe. And now we're in war with Scandinavia. That came as a bit of a surprise. Didn't see that coming. Muscovy wants to take Scandinavian Karelia, which is right here. And they want our help in the process. So we're going to war against Scandinavia. That will be a thing to behold. I think our plans for Asia will be put on ice at the moment, because we are going to war. So let's do it. Let's do this war. I'm in. And that puts us against the Nubian Confederation and Spain. Interesting. Interesting. We're suddenly in a big war. Suddenly in a big war. I'm a fan. I'm a fan. Apparently we have... Can we call in England? We can. We are the leader of the war. Good, so we can make use of this. And I don't think the I don't think them will be a big of a problem. They seem to have some issues. If I could sponsor these German pan-nationalists, I would. Unfortunately, I'm not able to. Oh, God. Wait, does that mean that we have things to do here, too? Yes, it does. The damn Spanish are already invading us. We could take back Ceylon. And we could take, for example, Phuket. That could be a thing. Ah, so many opportunities, so many things that we can do. I'm liking this. I'm liking this a lot. This is a good war. A good war, indeed. A very good war. Scandinavians are probably going to be busy with Muscovy for now. Do they need Muscovy in order to make Russia? It does seem that way. It's a bit strange. Because, as far as I know, Muscovy didn't form itself like the Tsar of all Russias. Didn't form just because they had Karelia or any specific amount of provinces. Just kind of decided one day that I've taken all of Russia. Let's be the Tsar of all of Russia, as a result. So yeah, okay, we can do... Alright, I know how to help the pan-nationalists. We can go and annihilate all of their armies. So the pan-nationalists don't have to fight as many. Because what they need to do is probably break Vienna, if I'm not incorrect. It's the capital that matters, everything else is just side business. So if we take Vienna and really make sure that the enemy is incapacitated, then they can't do anything against these soldiers when they eventually get to Vienna. Eventually. It's gonna take a while for them, but eventually. Do we have any attacks on... We have on Madurai, they decided to retreat over there. So we'll take them out. Good, that's incredibly easy, a bit almost too easy. And then we have over here, where this guy will head to Vienna and we will fight... We only lost 100 men in Madurai, that's a bit sad. Very sad. Take out the Spanish fleet, Armada del India. We could go through... Ah, that's good. That's good, I didn't think about that. We can go through Bengal to get to these parts of India. Or these parts of Spain, rather. Though they do have a fairly sizable army there, not too shabby. And another one that is also fairly big. Should not underestimate them, not at all. Just like I shouldn't underestimate the Nubian Federation here. What? They had a military coup d'etat. Now there is Sublime Port again. Okay. I'm fine with the Sublime Port. It's a nice name. It's a nice enough name to let it slip by. There we go. So I wonder if they can get through here, if they can walk through any land, or if they're going to be stuck there. Because if they're going to be stuck there, then we are in a bit of a pickle. And especially... Oh, God. I thought that we had lost and we were the ones with 2,000 men. Fortunately, that's not the case at all. Tanskap fall. So, Tanskap is now democracy, a republic. So is Vryland, and Leuven is still a constitutional monarchy. And Xhosa seems to be the only one that is native African still there in South Africa. And these armies are losing quite a bit of men from attrition. Perhaps unnecessarily, perhaps not. Scandinavia already wants to give up. We will decline. I want to have something else from them. I just need to figure out what I want from them. Yeah, not a fan of this national conference. Too much lost for that. I suppose now we can go for main armament. I like that it gives diplomatic influence. Maybe I mentioned that before. It's a nice touch. Gunboats. It does seem like they're stuck here. They can't walk through. So maybe we should encourage another revolution, and this time make sure that Austria proper is clean of any unwanted soldiers. They have Vienna. Now we can take the rest, St. Polten, for example. And take out this army if we manage to. It's a surprisingly even battle. In fact, we're losing that battle. Perhaps we should send some help. That's a shockingly bad battle. Really, goddamn awful, in fact. I guess we will just have to make headway in other directions then. How's Spain doing over here? They retreated as soon as they saw our forces. So we can move forward. Over here as well. This is starting to become a world war. Is there anywhere else that we could invade? We could invade over here. We could invade the Scandinavians over here if we had the ships for it. We're starting to get some steam transports, but they are pouring in one by one. We need more. This is all, except for one, different monitors. We can head back maybe with that. And how's it going with our fleet here? 76 ships, doing well. Maybe take out some Scandinavians, if you may. That battle, oh, they did well for themselves. Scandinavians want to give up again. I'm not a fan of giving up, or letting them give up for that matter. They still only liberate Scandinavian Karelia. So we will have to figure out what to do, what to take. We could probably force through really anything we might want. We could even take probably Nordrhein or something like that. Nordrhein has Düsseldorf, Koblenz and Siegburg, which could be decent to take. Nordrhein could be a thing. We could claim, for example, Ceylon from Spain. Let's see how much that would cost us. If we would place in the sun and then Ceylon, which is Spanish Ceylon, that wouldn't be 5 war score, but it would be 5.5 infamy. And that is quite a bit. We could also go for taking out all of Spanish Asia, or at least take Phuket and Pegu as our own. That wouldn't be too bad either. We have a lot of things here in Asia that Spain has that we don't want them to have. So we should probably kick them out of there before they take more. And that would enable us to reach Malacca and to Hindustan. I think we would go for that. More so even than taking Ceylon from Spain. We want to have Phuket and Pegu. World's Fair in Frankfurt begins. Frankfurt of all places. So that's a good battle being waged. We are now sieging Rangoon, which I love that town's name. Rangoon. It's a bit like Khartoum here in... where is it? Khartoum is... there, Khartoum. Sounds almost evil. Sounds wonderful. Evil and wonderful. Though, when Sudan becomes a bit safer, perhaps I will visit Khartoum. Or, not Khartoum, but Khartoum. Khartoum. Since we do want to help our friends that are the pan-German nationalists, and I'm going to be completely honest, the main reason I want to help them is simply to fix the border war. I don't really care if we lose most of our influence there. I don't really care one way or another, really. I just don't want the border war to exist anymore. Because the border war is goddamn horrible. And the Commonwealth wants to ally us. No one seems to be adding anything. Maybe they can't. Or maybe they don't wanna. But we will get Place in the Sun and then take Pegu. That's part 1. Part 1. And we can do another one without hitting the limit. But we would lose most of our allies in the process. And that is fair. We don't really need our allies in that regard. We have them as part of our spheres. Armenia, there we have Munster and Sind. We have them as part of our spheres for a reason. As soon as we have a diplomat en route or in place, we can add the other war goal and then finish the war on top. So the other one was Phuket region. There we go. Now we have taken Phuket, and we should probably be able to fix Asia. Phuket is a fairly long region, and it suits up perfectly with Pegu. And then they have Lana, but we can't do much about Lana. Okay, acquire Pegu, acquire Phuket region, liberate Scandinavian Karelia. Let's do it. We got peace in the world, and we lost the World's Fair, which is horrible. And maybe Muscovy can now form Russia. Maybe. Is there anything else that it might need? This they do not need. They probably need something in Belorussia. Maybe the Hetmanats. Maybe the rest of Crimea. No, actually not. Not the rest of Crimea. But I think they do still need some territory. Let's see. It seems that and that. Beyond that, I think they have most of their stuff. We have all of our things too. So yeah, now we take a look here, and we have won. We have won the war, and we have managed to fix this part. Now we have from Madurai over here, from the south, all the way around to Malacca, and then going around here and here. It's beautiful. Most of the Indian Ocean coast around here is either controlled by us directly or indirectly controlled, at least on the eastern side. On the western side, we don't really control much of the Indian Ocean. But do we really need to? I say not. The fall of the House of Rome. What? Sire, we have failed to subjugate the Milanese rebels. Now we have to face the consequences. Italy has freed itself and formed in the northern region, and they lost Rome. Interesting. So now we have Italy, and Aragon has become Aragon again. So Aragon, Italy, they failed. Which is a bit of a shame. I like the concept of that nation. Maybe that would be next playthrough. Aragon, Italy. Perhaps. Forming a new Rome, as it was. It's an interesting concept. Could potentially be done, but it would involve a lot of infamy eating. Though, since you can eat infamy fairly quickly in the beginning, if you're really active in the start, then maybe you can manage it. Maybe. It is potentially possible. Potentially. We'll just have to wait and see. Plantagenet wants an alliance. That could probably help our friends in Astlan, which we don't have under our sphere anymore because we stopped caring about them. But Plantagenet and Astlan against Gran Colombia, Belgian Confederacy, and Vinland. Damn Vinland. Okay, do we have any movements that want to do anything? We do not. So there's no point in not going for something. Probably lower feelings and tensions a little bit. Now we really want our infamy to lower as much as possible. So we can then, I think, I said in the end of last episode that, oh, we're definitely going for Japan, right? We're definitely gonna kick Japan's ass and take what we can. And take their spheres from them and everything like that, or the sphere from them. Instead we decided to, or got thrown into a war with Scandinavia and utilized Spain being part of it to take the coast. Fix things a little bit. Now we just need to take out Malacca, so we can own Malacca as well, and then Bengal, so we can own the coast here. And I guess I did bad. And Vienna, let's just eat everything. Let's put everything under Burgundy. It works much better that way. Everyone is happier in that regard. With main armament done, I think we will start with... Maybe we will start with... What exactly? We can go for semi-automation, or we can go for military logistics, or steel breech-loaded rifle, or breech-loaded artillery. Yes, steel breech-loaded artillery. That will make our artillery much better. And they will apparently become slower. Mobile artillery only increases... Okay. So the more you upgrade them, the slower the artillery becomes. That's an interesting concept. Though I think at this point, by how much you slow them down, I don't really see the point of ever making artillery properly. Unless you're going for defensive and offensive armies, then it could be fun. I mean, I think people who are really good at micromanaging could really make use of the ability to have both regular artillery and mobile artillery, by having some armies that are defensive in place, they never move apart from along the border, and then have some blitzing armies that just go in, take out everything, and then are done with it. So yeah, we are now in 1874. 1874 began. We have January the 5th, and here is where we will leave off. We managed to take more things in Asia and make Burgundy even stronger, though we are now superseded when it came to military power by the newly formed Russia, I was going to say, but Russia did form, so I'm very happy about that. Good job, Russia. You are having a really cool flag. I like that. I like that eagle. Eagles are cool. But who did we get superseded in military? We got superseded by Scandinavia. Wait. No. The Taiping Empire. Ah, the Taiping Empire. They did manage to get through us, so maybe a war with the Taiping Empire could be fun. They do have a lot of men. Oh well, this is the end. I will see you in the next episode, where we will hopefully this time go to war against the Japanese Empire and manage to win that. But until then, have a good one. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.